save electoral democracy, obviously, vis-a-vis what is being constructed as participatory democracy. Now, can we begin the debate? Which side would like to start first? Okay. Tuin wants to start. Thank you very much.
So, Arnab, I am so glad that you've put things in the right context. In the last 2 months, what we have seen in the guise of participatory democracy is a preliminary trial run to which Islamists and which Razakars is going to subsequently come up with a larger diabolic plan to hit at Modi-led India. And I'll explain you how it has happened. You know, it is very fascinating to see the evolution of this movement, so-called movement. On 15 December, it was Kagaz Nahi Dikhayenge, and 2 or 3 days ago, it was 15 crore Musalman, 85 crore Hindu par havi honge.
Ji.
I'll explain you how it has happened. For a moment, let us assume that the women of Shaheen Bagh on 15 December were genuinely ignorant of the CAA and, you know, their cause was genuine. But subsequently, certain vested interests, which include flustered political parties and which includes Islamists and Razakars, suddenly, saw in these protesters a very attractive startup. They invested heavily to the extent that they, acquired a majority stake in them. And when they realized that their investment was disproportionate, in order to, get their returns back, they realized that the best model to expand the business would be to create offshoots across the country and create a franchisee model. So immediately, 40 or 50 franchisees sprang up across the country. Now, what happened simultaneously was that the few genuine protesters continued to dwindle in size with the information which the government provided in CAA, which made it very clear that they were not impacted at all by it. And in their sheer desperation, the investors started coming up with slogans like 15 crore Musalman jo hai wo 85 crore Hindu par havi honge. One of their spoil sports, I guess, made this huge Pakistan Zindabad comment. So unfortunately, the so-called anti-CAA protests today, the way they stand today, is an assault on democracy. It's basically an assault on the tenets and fundamentals of participative democracy. What you see today is basically a preliminary trial run to come up with a more diabolic plan to hit at Modi-led India. And unfortunately, this plan against Modi government has been on not since 2014, but if you actually look at it, from 2002, some people have been selectively peddling this agenda, but they failed repeatedly.
Well, I think, if what you are saying is true and there is reason to believe, then ever since the Modi government came to power, there has been therefore a theme by those who cannot win an elections to undermine the government, by those who cannot ever win an election in the imminent future at a national level to dismiss the electoral process. And I think that is extremely selfish, because what is happening is you are essentially mocking the voters of this country, and you're instigating what I would call shadow protests, and you're participating irresponsibly in mobs in the name of participatory democracy. Now, there is overt articulation by several academicians about how electoral